mountain. I'm gonna cross that cold icy mountain. That'll be my home. That'll be my home. Stop and tell my mama howdy. Stop and tell my mama howdy. For I never expect to see her anymore. All I drink are the tears I shed. All I drink are the tears I shed. For I never expect to see you anymore. Damn shame. I'm gonna cross that cold icy mountain. I'm gonna cross that cold icy mountain, where I never expect to see you anymore. That's a little bit of Cold Icy Mountain. That's an East Kentucky song I learned from George R. Gibson from Knott County, Kentucky. Really old song, we think. I think it goes back to the earliest days of blacks and whites going over the mountains into East Kentucky, if you ask me. Very early banjo song. And so here to show you I've got another really nice antique banjo. This is sort of a rare piece. This is a flush fretted Lyon Healy. I've explained in earlier videos we've had similar instruments to this, but you can probably see in the shine there, this fingerboard, it has frets. They are a lighter color hardwood. What you've got here is a rosewood fingerboard and a lighter color hardwood in there, probably like a hard maple or something. We're in the fret slots, and it is planed smooth. So you've got a fretless instrument here, but you've got all the visuals that you would need, that you would have from a fretted instrument. So they call that flush fret. Really, actually, this is a really nice banjo. I like this. It's one of Lyon Healy's cheaper banjos. Some ways that I determine that is, so for example, there's no heel cap on this banjo. That's sort of an indicator that a banjo is a little bit of a more blue collar instrument. The other thing is you can probably see, I hope, that these are slotted screws and washers, as opposed to generally a more expensive antique banjo will have hex screws through these washers. So these are slotted screws, no heel cap. That right there is a quick indicator to me that it's a more affordable instrument. The other indicator too is you see there's two screws on either side of the dowel that's securing the heel in there. On a more expensive instrument from that period, you'll have a metal brace of some kind in here, maybe a couple of wedges or just one hardwood wedge down the center of the dowel. That often indicates a pricier instrument. So here we've got a really nice example of a more econo-grade 1880s, 1890 Lyon Healy. Oh, I should show you the maker's mark back here. What that says is manufactured by Lyon Healy, Chicago, USA. I really like this instrument. There's not many antique banjos that I see that I don't like, but this one has been fully restored. Comes out of a private collection in North Carolina. You've got antique rosewood tuners here and a matching rosewood tuner here. All these tuners are in good shape. They've been cleaned up. I ran beeswax on them. So this thing works like a charm. It just got some cheap nylon strings on it. Looks like an ebony 5th string pip here. That right there, some people sometimes call it a 5th string nut. It's easier just to call it a pip. A little piece of wood, or usually it's bone, but this appears to be ebony. The bridge is not original. This tailpiece that's an antique tailpiece from the period. Very likely could be the original tailpiece. I think it's pretty neat how they secured it just using another tension hook, as opposed to like usually there's like a ball end here or a finial of some kind here. So really, really neat banjo. That's not the original bridge. Look at that head though. Look at the patina on that head. I bet you that's the original head from the 1880s, 1890s on this banjo. Another thing I'll tell you is I can see a little bit of wear on the fingerboard, but not much. You guys maybe can see right there, this instrument has not been played very much. I didn't really even show you guys the peg head yet. Very nice, pleasing, elegant banjo. So you got rosewood veneer on the front of the peg head and all down the fingerboard. Really nice piece of rosewood. Here's the back of the neck. I'll bet you that's mahogany. Oh, one thing I have to point out to you, there's a chip right here. You guys probably can see that chip. So the price that we're offering this at will reflect that chip. I mean, it's purely cosmetic. I cleaned it up a little bit, but I didn't go so far as to try to fill it or anything. I just stained it and waxed it to make sure it's not a problem, but it's just purely cosmetic. But I really like this banjo too. This is a great little banjo. It's going to be affordable, and hope to get it into the hands of somebody who will play the heck out of it. If I only knew she cared nothing for me, I would take morphine till I die. Don't do it, son. Yeah, take me a dose of that old morphine, and I bid this world goodbye. Really neat banjo. I like this little banjo a lot. Let me do this real quick so you guys can see the head. It's about an 11.5-inch head, which is standard. The scale is about 24.5-inch scale, so maybe up 25-inch scale, something like that. This is a good little banjo. Highly recommended from me. I think you'll be happy with it. All right, I'm not going to say any more on it. Thanks for looking. I appreciate your contributions, and keep looking back here because I've got a bunch more of these things that are going to be offered for sale. So thanks for looking. See you later.